In a world where men often walk alone, who do they turn to for answers? Being male is a matter of birth, but being a man is a matter of choice. This is the dawn of something phenomenal. Fathers, sons, brothers, from the daily grind to the battles within, this is where real stories are told. A place where the silent struggles are given a voice, where the unspoken truths are laid bare. No holds barred. Brace yourself. This is Men on Record. It's more than just talk. It's a man thing.
Good evening and welcome. This is Men on Record. It is Friday, the 29th day of May 2026. A beautiful time that we yet again congregate right here at Hope Media, Hope FM, Hope TV, and across all our social media platforms. And this is for us to have very important conversations touching on men. And so from wherever you are tuned in from, karibu sana to the show. This is your show. And so as a man, wherever you are tuned in from, young, middle-aged, and even the old, yes, this is a safe space just for you. And Men on Record, it is an engaging live TV and also radio talk show that is created for you as a man, and it's all about men. We unpack real-life conversations that shape manhood in today's ever-changing, fast-changing world. And so welcome to today's episode, and tonight, we are here to explore something that is so profound, something that touches on so many of us as men. It is the evolving relationship between masculinity and also financial identity in today's world. And so why do so many of us as men tie self-worth to income? What happens when economic pressure, collides with emotional expectations? And how can modern men redefine success beyond provision alone? That is the conversation we are having this evening. And so karibu sana to the show. I'm your host. My name is George Gishuru, and joined on set, of course, my co-host from the other side.
They call me Favored Frank.
George, sana baba.
How are you?
Good to see you.
You're great.
Uko sawa?
Niko salama.
I see you have recovered.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you are London brothers. They painted the city red.
We've had an opportunity to just silence some noise.
All right.
And
my friend, if you thought that was noise,
I
wait until tomorrow
I
night.
saw some crowds on the street.
Yeah.
We're waiting for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be another opportunity to save the world from
another disaster.
You'll see wonders, my brother, because these brothers,
you see, you're ready for anything.
Ni ndugu zetu lakini mchezo wao ni noma.
Ni noma.
Wanapanga mchezo.
Kweli?
Yes.
Haya, wacha tusubiri kesho.
Absolutely.
You're good.
I've been great.
Good to see you, bro.
But George, this week,
yeah.
Especially what happened the night before yesterday, to do with the fire at Utumishi Girls, and we just want to send our heartfelt thoughts and prayers to the families affected, and to say that may God strengthen you. You're in our thoughts, in our minds, and of course we are praying for you that God would strengthen you in this difficult season.
Indeed, because no parent should go what those parents went through.
Absolutely.
It was devastating. It was horrific, to say the least. And the pictures and the videos that were coming out of that school.
Yes.
I saw that dad who was, in disarray, and he could not be, controlled. And you try to understand, but it is beyond.
It's beyond.
It is
comprehension
because of that pain, losing a daughter. And they took their daughters, to educate them and give them a future. But then again, 16 of them, they will not be going back alive. And so our hearts indeed go out to those parents, to those families that are grieving this evening and this period. And ours is just to offer comfort. Ours is just to offer prayers that may our good Lord remember each and every one of you, and that void only He can be able to fill. And so our hearts indeed are with you during this very, very difficult period.
Very true. Very true.
And so karibu sana to the show.
So, my brother.
Yes.
And also part of this week. Ulienda kunywa chai ama where were you?
Kwa wapi?
Haukuona jana.
Oh, kulikuwa chai.
Waenda kunywa chai huko.
Oh, na minofu. Nakumbuka baba, lakini kidogo mushkil.
Kaona kufika
kwanza nichape kazi.
Nitulize.
Nitulize.
Inaeleweka
pia ukiwa umeajiriwa
lazima
uulizwe
sheria na masharti,
ndio hivyo hutumika.
Great, welcome to this Friday. We are having Men on Record right here, where you listen and live, and where you look and live, of course. And you can get to interact with us on our social media platforms at Hop TV Kenya, at Hop FM Live, at Favored Frank, at George Gishiru. Would love to hear from you. What do you think about the conversation we're having tonight? You can feel free to get in touch with us, 0708 222 323, and of course 0717 400 555. 20933 is our SMS number. Get to interact with us. Hit us up. We'd want to have a great conversation tonight.
Awesome. Looking forward to an amazing conversation.
Yeah.
We have kept him waiting.
Yeah.
But finally,
wisdom wants to ooze.
And so he is here joining us on set this evening. He's a gentleman who will be helping us unpack the emotional and social realities men are facing today, from ambition and responsibility to vulnerability and self-worth. So allow us to welcome our guest. Chris Otieno is joining us on set. Chris, good evening, sir.
Good evening to you.
You're well?
Thank you very much for having me around.
Karibu sana.
I am well.
It's a joy
Just
to have
to
you.
go to that conversation of the red people.
Yes.
It's good luck.
Yeah.
22 years.
Yeah.
It's their time.
It is their
I'll
time.
tell you what.
Yeah.
Even tomorrow they're going to win. Trust you me on that.
That game is
And some of them told me something really interesting.
Yes.
They're going to take this down to Bondo.
it has to be Bondo.
It has to go there.
Awesome. Looking forward to see how things unfold tomorrow night in Budapest.
Yes.
We are hoping that the joy will be in Paris, not in London.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's wait and see tomorrow evening. We will be getting all those answers. But it's a joy to have you join us on set, Chris.
Thank you
and
so
so
much.
karibu sana to Men on Record. This is your debut, actually. Your very first time.
Yes,
but I can promise you it will not be your last. And so a brief introduction of yourself.
Thank you so much. First of all, my name is Chris Otieno. I am from Sitam, Siok City.
Siok City.
All right.
I like this one.
I love Christ as my personal savior. I am married to a woman.
All right.
I got 2 children whom I love so much. And I am a life coach. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a mentor. And I'm a boy man advocate. I advocate for men in the space that they ought to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is my space. That is what I do. But outside of that, I've got my own profession. I'm good at governance, social structuring, right? Compliance. That's my area of specialty. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Karibu sana to the show.
Yeah.
Tonight we talk about men, money, and masculinity.
Maybe add mammon.
Because a lot is happening in this.
So much.
Yeah, a lot is happening.
Yes.
And the pressure is real, as we have said, because so many of us, we have hinged our masculinity and all to provision. That when that is affected, then we don't feel man enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
How dangerous is that, Chris? And especially with the men, maybe I believe you have interacted with so many of them in their high moments, in their low moments. How is that?
It is quite a heavy load for this man. And one of the most disastrous things is that this is passed down from generation to generation.
Yeah.
And when you sit down to look at where we are from and where we are going at, you find that day in, day out, the strength of the man is gradually going diminishing day by day.
Yeah.
And we got to stand up as men and do something about it.
Yeah.
Because if we let it go on like this, we're going to see that even domestic projects that are supposed to be done by men will be taken over by the ladies.
Yeah.
And as soon as these ladies take up, and you remember God's word, let us create man our own image and likeness, and have him have dominion and leadership and rulership.
Yes.
And then God created man.
Yeah.
Right? So when that is taken away from us, then you start finding ourselves getting lost in where is our space. And as soon as you cannot find your space, then you lose your self-worth, you lose your pride, you lose your image, and your ego begins to diminish.
Yes.
Instead of ballooning or getting the right level, it begins to diminish.
Yes.
And as soon as it diminishes, repercussions are unimaginable.
Yes.
And I think that's what we are here to uncover.
Okay. You're talking about that, and I'm just thinking of, the culture, how we've been cultured as men, because, a man is called the provider. We've taken the place of God.
Yes.
You see, God is the provider, Jehovah Jireh. But now when you bring in the man, that ultimately connects the man to the money. Because you expect now to have money for you to fit the title provider.
Right.
I don't know, in your view, Chris, how did we get ourselves here? Because I understand the biblical perspective of what a man should do and what, of course, every other person should do. How did we find ourselves to a place of now having to define ourselves with money? Because I believe there are a number of things where there is purpose, there is, what God is calling you. But ultimately, society calls a man the provider.
Yeah. You need to go back to the kingdom design of masculinity.
often walk alone. Who do they turn to for answers? Being male is a matter of birth, but being a man is a matter of choice. This is the dawn of something phenomenal. Fathers, sons, brothers, from the daily grind to the battles within, stories are told. A place where the silent struggles are given a voice, where the unspoken truths are laid bare. No holds barred. Brace yourself. This is Men on Record. It's more than just talk. It's a man thing.
With us, apologies. We are live on Men on Record, right on Hope TV where you look and live, and on Hope FM where you listen and live. Now, Chris, we are talking about, the place we are right now, because initially, the previous question I just asked about, Jehovah Jireh, and now man being called the provider. So you'd want to talk about how we got ourselves here to the place where now men want to, peg their identity, who they are, to money.
Thank you. But it's just from very, and actually the origin is the kingdom design of man.
Okay.
God created everything on earth before he created man, and said have dominion and leadership.
Yes.
Thereafter, he created a woman for us.
Yeah.
If you look at all the greatest heroes of the Bible, Moses, Abraham, David, all these are men.
Yes.
And the biggest expectation from these men was to provide, to lead, to set up. The elders of any community will carry the tradition of that society.
Yes.
And the elders of any community are men. Therefore, socially, we have come up in this space where we stand out as the leaders of the society. And as we lead, not just provide, there are 6 P's that we have to concentrate on as men.
Yes.
Providence, protection, presence, priesthood, and prophecy. All those stand for what do we have to do. And when you look at all of them, we need to stand at the front, leaders. Now that is where provision. And provision here, we need not to misconstrue it only food.
Yes.
Even information, even lifestyle, even a home, even education. All that is vested on men. Therefore, that's what makes us to be providers.
Wow. Listening to you, Chris, and then the question begs, because there are some of us, maybe because we have pegged everything, unfortunately, could be because of societal expectations, because of maybe what you mentioned earlier, upbringing and all, how we were shaped as men and all. So we peg everything on provision.
Yes.
And so when I'm not able to provide materially speaking, I abdicate all the other roles, and then therein, for me, I feel I see disaster, because we can't operate on a vacuum. Someone must feel in.
Absolutely.
This.
Absolutely.
This. How dangerous is it, and how do I may not be able for a season, because again, it's not throughout. It could be for a season that I'm not able to provide materially, but how then important should I step up in as far as the other P's that you have mentioned?
The greatest definition for us men, like you rightly said, is in the area of provision. And as we've come along, we've interpreted and pegged or honed that on the financial ability of a man, because finances are the ones that enable you to do the rest of the other items. You're able to educate, able to provide housing, provide food. All that is pegged on that.
Yeah.
And when you talk about our finances, you come to our ego. Ego.
Yeah.
Ego is quite fragile. The very moment I am unable to provide, my ego is harmed one way or the other.
Yes.
It's really diffused, deflated to the lower bottom. Then you find me relegating myself to the lower level of who I really am supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Until and unless I gain some financial muscle
Yeah.
that gives me an ego or a pride that then brings me back to the front line, then I resume my actual position or providing.
Yeah.
So once we do not get that very right,
Yes.
we end up finding many men now resorting to how am I going to cope with my position of not being able to provide?
Yeah.
And the result of coping, some are very angry.
Yes.
They will spark at a very tiny thing.
Yeah.
For example, in a family, I'm able to provide, right? And my son comes to ask for something very tiny. I will spark on that. That the boy will want to, dad, what have I really done? Whereas in actual sense, it's my ego that is hurting.
All right. You're talking about that, and I'm just thinking of different men are able to differently, best financially to speak. So let's talk about respect and money.
Yes.
Are men respected differently based on, what's in their account, the machine they drive, what reflects the amount of money they have, for instance?
And even before Chris answers that, because we have seen, even in our own family setups, their family gatherings, their family get-togethers, you find that the son, who is actually well endowed, financially speaking, will be excused from certain chores, but yule ambaye anaonekana kidogo ana struggle,
osha matumbo.
Huyo ndiye anaosha matumbo pale. Ule ndiye anaambiwa osha hii matumbo, tuwashie hii moto.
Or the errand boy.
The errand boy. He becomes the errand boy.
And sometimes maybe when the one who has money says something, even if it has no depth,
substance,
it's hard, and even we have claps. And then the one who says who says a lot of sense, but they have no money. It's like our just the money. What do you make of such?
Money is a denominator in masculinity.
Okay.
There is no question about that. Either we misconstrued it or it is a fact.
Yes.
Wherever you place it, is actually a denominator.
Okay.
Right? Let's look at great men like, for example, Aliko Dangote. Or Bill Gates. Right? Those are guys, when they come to Kenya, they receive presidential escorts. Presidential escorts. Not because they are presidents. No. Their money speaks for them. You understand? So we have pegged our provision on our ability to stretch our muscles financially. And now that's where these guys who are blessed in that particular space get a lot of air and attention. And what they say actually goes out as the gospel truth. That is according to them. Isn't it? They get a lot of respect. They got to be heard. Because these are guys who can move mountains according to what they say when the money comes. They can move mountains. Interesting thing, when you go to traffic, right? A good example. I don't want to belittle anybody, but just a good example. I am driving a Mercedes Benz, and somebody is driving a Probox.
It has not to be the other way around.
And then, for example, you have your son with you in the car. Your son can ask you that. How is that car overtaking you?
How is it possible?
You see, even the son himself, that ego that my dad is capable, and I'm in this space, this should not be happening. Why? It should not be happening. That vehicle should not. And some will actually even go and say, Daddy, this is Igari Bonga poison nakupita na mnaga. I mean, at that age, you hear them express themselves. You see the ego from their father's financial strength coming out. This is my self-worth. I am in this space where my dad is. Exactly.
So do you think, just in your opinion, is it the right thing? Is it the right way to, respect people based on their financial ability?
It is not the right thing. But it is the only thing. God has placed all of us for prosperity. God has placed all of us for prosperity. None of us is supposed to be nowhere. We're all supposed to be somewhere. But then we find those who are really elated in society are the ones who are referred to be having real financial losses. But you will find that even if he's so blessed financially, maybe the family space where he's supposed to be present, where he's supposed to protect, where he's supposed to bring in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ and God the Father, he's not doing it right. And the other guy who's not financially elated is doing very well in that space. So if you were to grade people according to the definition of who really a man is, you'll find us almost all of us being at par, unless something has taken you down. In terms, your ego has been broken or deflated. So you find yourself being nowhere in the space where men are really defined to be men.
And I'm looking at it in terms of also because, especially those who are, elevated financially speaking and all, because of the ego that you have mentioned, and because of the pride, because they want to show off, because it leads us to so many mistakes if unchecked. If unchecked. Because I'm looking at it in terms of the arrogance that will come with it, because I will still want to show you, you know, I got money, you know, I got influence, you know, and that has led so many men to make grave mistakes that they come back to regret. I'm looking at it in terms of even someone who is having a family, married and all, but they are having extra affairs because after all, I can afford. And we have had even, you know, some complaints. Some wives will complain and they will say, or even men bragging, and they are like, what haven't I provided? What are you missing?
Nebuchadnezzar.
Exactly.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Yes.
Haven't I done this because of my glory?
Oh, yes.
Nebuchadnezzar comes out very well.
How do we protect ourselves from the Nebuchadnezzar consequences?
This is something that has to be passed down. From the men of now to the men of tomorrow. And how do you pass this down? Number one, in our men of now, we have to accept feedback.
Okay.
But it is how this feedback is communicated to us that makes a big difference. Sometimes when you communicate to other guys or a man in your space, if I am financially endowed, you know, people from my tribe, who are you? What are you?
What are you?
Who do you think you are?
That's your title.
Yes.
My guys from my community know how to do that. Magari ya full tank napakiwa wapi hapa?
Full tank.
If your tank was lighting yellow, you already been deflated.
Wow,
So therefore, we need to teach our men exactly to be able to appreciate other men. I want to give you a very sad story. Very sad story. So that we lay this very well. A boy came from a poor family and he went to a school because of scholarship. Really a school where everybody's, you know, people are who they are. During visiting days, these other dads would come with vehicles, you know, vehicles that use fuel, like someone drinking a soda. You know what I'm saying? That kind of vehicle.
Soda.
Your guy.
Yes.
Lakini dadi huyu kijana alikuwa anakuja na bike because he wasn't blessed. So one day his son tells him, Dad, when you come to visit me, don't bring this bike in the compound. You are ashaming. Now listen to that. It is painful. You know, this dad has done everything possible for this young guy. His ways, because this guy has given him identity and a status because of what he has. Isn't it? Another very good story. A dad was a very good man in his social circles. So his daughter went for an interview. And she said, my name is I can use just an example. My name is Stella Otieno. Otieno. Which Otieno? And then she defined her dad. And all the men who were there knew who the dad was. They said, whoever interviewed Mekusha, you report tomorrow. Wow. Because of what your dad did to this company. Because of what your dad did to us to make a change here, isn't it? So you see all these items here that either diffuse or elevate ego comes from the men who were there before us. How do we teach you to handle and manage your ego in terms of finances, in terms of endowment from God Almighty, or any other space where God has blessed you and you've been elevated above other men that are in your circles? How do we teach you to use that? Politeness, humility, right? Understanding, appreciating, being down to earth. That will bring us men. That we can have very good societal gluing in terms of how it relate to each other.
Okay, you're talking about that, and I'm thinking about, you know, toxic masculinity. I'm talking about, you know, you're thinking about healthy masculinity. Would you want to maybe just paint a picture how these two look like for somebody to understand? Because I understand the way we relate out here, somebody may mistreat you or, you know, grant you a favor based on whether it's coming from a place of healthy masculinity or toxic masculinity.
Absolutely. That's a very good question. And I don't think we should have gone out without handling that. If you look at Nebuchadnezzar and how he expressed himself, now that's a very good example of toxic masculinity. Where everything is being centered around me. To include even forgetting that God Almighty is there and the provider is everything. Forgetting that and telling myself, not like that. If you listen to the person who was giving testimony in our national prayer breakfast, this gentleman from Uganda, you can hear how his ego was brought down because of what happened around him. And you can also hear how God elevated me back to his position because of how he revered God. So negative or toxic masculinity is when we really think about it's me and nobody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I talk men down. I don't talk to men. I talk them down.
Yes.
As in, without me, you guys are nowhere. Without me, you guys are. Isn't it?
Yeah.
But when you come to positive masculinity,
Yes.
I am giving myself in this space where I want to see that men who are coming thereafter me are better than myself. A very good example is Mzee Jomo Kenyatta.
Yes.
Anytime he went out for a political party, his son Uhuru Kenyatta was here.
Yes.
And he had a whisker here.
Yeah.
What happened to Uhuru Kenyatta? He got to where his dad would have wanted him.
Yeah.
Walked with him. And our Indian brothers do that very well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, how they mentor their children, how they bring them up.
Yes.
Having open conversations for these gentlemen, men who are coming after us, to really understand what is this space for a man, what is expected of us, what are the repercussions if we do not do them the way we are expected.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Wow.
You know, as you have mentioned all those examples, it reminded me of when we were growing up as well as young boys,
Yes.
and we were playing football.
Yeah.
And because I owned the football, in case you tried, you know, I was the rule, I was the law.
Yes.
In that game.
Absolutely.
Hata nipigwe chobo,
Ndio.
si move.
Hata mtu hesabu kama
Hawezi
mchobo.
hesabu na mcheke.
Or utachukua
Ama naenda na ball, nasema that's the end of it. You know, so it was, and now I agree
Very
when
good.
you are saying
Very good.
that when it is centered, everything, the attention, it's
Yeah.
all me, myself, and I.
It's unhealthy.
It becomes very unhealthy and very toxic as
Yes.
well. We have men who are very prosperous. They have built empires, and sadly, we have even seen that in our very own country.
Yes.
But then again, no sooner have they died, then that whole empire
The story disappears.
crumbles.
Exactly. Very good example.
And that is because everything was centered around
one
you.
person.
And we are not, you know, we are not building a legacy whereby we are building other men. We are building even our own sons, because we are talking about businesses here, empires, our sons, our daughters, that when I exit the stage, I know there's someone who will
There's succession.
continue.
Very
There's
good
succession.
Yes.
Very beautiful succession.
yes.
And that, I think, is a point we need to belabor in terms of how we need to inculcate this in other men, in terms of mentorship, in terms of sharing, not just the good side, but also the pain, the scars that we have incurred along the way, so that as they come, they avoid the same pitfalls. Because usually, again, because of our ego and all, we just want to
paint the
best
exactly
the polished.
That's
the
why
full side of us.
Yeah.
dads were number one in school. That's
By the way,
why.
all of us, all of us were number one.
Lakini tuweke report.
Lakini weka report
Weka
kadaba.
meza.
Ziko madi zingine hapo impossible.
Yeah. So how do we, especially for the young, because again, as you mentioned, in terms of we are driving and all, my son is actually very vocal. He keeps telling me that tufike mbele yao.
Exactly.
Yes. Finya. You know? That competition from that very young age. How then do we change the narrative, change the conversation?
One thing we need to know, it's naturally in us men that we are competitive.
Yes.
Naturally. That's why we like soccer.
Yes.
After 45 minutes, you know the result.
Yeah.
Nothing
Evil.
else.
Yes.
Si kitu ya kuvutana mpaka next week. That's why we love soccer.
Yes.
Right? And there's a competition in there. So we need to teach our children, our men who are coming after us, that you can lose gracefully. And when you lose, you are losing because the other guy is better than you. Maybe he practiced much more. Maybe he had a better coach. Maybe he had a lot of commitment. Myself and my son argue a lot about Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi and who is good. But I tell
Who's
my
the
son
goat?
one thing.
Yeah.
This is my opinion. Right?
Two goats.
Yes. Messi is left-handed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody left-handed playing right-handed people, he'll beat them. Obvious. I played basketball for Kenya. Kenya, and anybody who was left-handed used to beat us very well. Ronaldo is right-handed. And he beats right-handed people. And he's committed to his training. You understand? So when you make our children begin to understand things from that perspective, then they'll appreciate that. For me to ascend to the top of the chain where I need to be at the top is hard work. And this hard work is a process. It's nothing that... My son one day told me I want to buy a certain pair of shoes. And which they cost 8,000. I told me, 8,000? No, I will not buy that. Then I went and asked my guys in brand new second.
Hii ni second hand mbichi.
Brand new second. That is the name. Abanaita Mtumba.
Mutumba bohu.
Mimi sivae Mtumba brand new second. Sasa ile kiatu.
Yeah.
Jamaa mtu kanambia ile this Brazilian soccer guy, anaitwa nani?
Nani? Ronaldo.
Neymar. And I asked him, sasa kwa kiatu Neymar unacheza ball kama Neymar. Son, he doesn't have it that way.
Yeah.
Allow me to buy you shoes.
Yes.
Go and practice very, very hard. Practice against people who are better than you so that you learn from them.
Yes.
And they'll equally learn from you. And when you get yourself a space, proving yourself worthy to be somewhere, men will respect you.
Wow.
So we need to teach them this kind of competitive spirit.
Yes.
When you lose, it's not because you are not good. You have not just done what is required of you to do to get to the top.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And when you lose, accept.
Yeah.
Ndio hivyo tu.
And it's important now that you mentioned that also, that we encourage them.
Yes.
Because many of us as fathers, we just want them when they are winning.
Yeah.
And when they come back home and they have lost, all of a sudden, I'm not taking you for practice.
Yes.
I'm not even paying you the subscription and all.
Yes.
You are a disappointment. You are an embarrassment. You are saying all sorts of things.
Yes.
And so, because they want to impress you the next time, they will even use shortcuts.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They cheat.
Because they want to make their dad proud.
Yes. And another thing in that space, which you've said very well, what hurts men, what wounds come into our in ourselves, in us.
Yes.
One of the wounds, critical wounds, is our dad. Your father. What your father told you. I remember a story told me by some of my men in our mentorship sessions, that a dad told his son, hapa kwangu kama huwezi kuwa daktari hautaishi. And the son was a smart guy. Upstairs, very smart.
Okay.
So he got a flat A in his form 4. He got into medical school because his dad pushed him there. He got everything. A, clean. The day of graduation, he tells the dad, hii certificate ni yako chukua.
Wow.
Mimi nataka kwenda kufanya YouTube. I want to go and become
content creation.
And dad was like, what is YouTube?
Yes.
How will you make money?
Yeah.
You know, we need, as old age does, to understand that our children are living in a different space as us. Right? Mimi, when I was growing up, I've gone for Elma Barrio, and a mwalimu comes. I will wake up. Mwalimu. Sit.
Yes.
Lawyer, sit. Daktari, sit. Because during our time, those were the right careers. But things have changed. Our sons are going to a different space completely. Understand them and encourage them to go into that space for them to be successful with the times that are changing. Don't drag them back to our days.
Great. You know, May is a mental health awareness month, and you know, many men, most of the mental health challenges stem from money issues, you know, unemployment. Talk about how a man then can, you know, regain their mental health when they go through a season of lack, a season of struggle, unemployment, and all that.
Right. God our Father put in a very good structure for us.
Yes.
When he said, I'm going to create for you a companion because I've seen you lonely.
Oh, yeah?
But then even as men need to understand that in times of plenty, our companions need to be here with us.
Yeah.
Do not neglect them. Do not abandon them during times of plenty. Because in times of scarcity, you will need them. And they have one principle. If you treated me well during times of plenty, in your times of scarcity, I will be there for you. So one thing for us who go into marriage space, let's create that bonding with our companion that God gave to us to support us in our journey towards success. The next thing also, let's realize as men, what are these things that will stop us from finishing our journey well? Our journey as men. I want to start from the date of birth and I want to go down 6 feet, having succeeded very well. Money is number one item. We need to know how to handle money. Some of us take loans, and those loans end up with auctioneers right in our doors. Because we did not plan well. And even as we think about that space, men are supposed to multiply the wealth of the family so that my children's children inherit something from my inheritance. Something. The next critical item that will make us fail is pride. And we saw Nebuchadnezzar 7 years. Because of his pride. And many other guys will go into that pride space. Isn't it? The next one is toxic friends. What kind of friends do you have? You need to work with friends who will encourage you to be a better version of yourself. Not a worse version of it. Right? The next one is women. Not all of them. I select Delilahs. Right? You know what Delilah did? Right? You know, Samson gave out a divine item that God gave to him. A woman who was not. So we need to watch that space. Not all of them. Our mothers, our sisters, the others were not very. And the last thing is addictions. Men addicted to a number of things. When you bring all these items together, you find that some of us men, we'll never get to the end of our journey. We fall off in this space. As soon as you fall off, things become burdensome for everybody around you.
Yeah. Wow. It is Miles Munro, now that you have mentioned Delilah. And a clip I was watching the other day, and he was saying, success attracts Delilah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you need to be absolutely careful.
Yes.
The people you are allowing into your space.
Yes.
Very true.
Because once you get that promotion, once you get that success,
another Delilah,
that's the thing.
Yes.
And he was warning men to be very careful. And he was saying, including those of you who are wearing, wedding rings, married rings.
They're no longer respected.
They are no. Actually, that's an invitation. Yes. He said that's an invitation. So you need to be extremely careful.
Absolutely.
Careful. Emotional suppression. That's another tactic that we deploy as men, especially when things are going sour. And we don't want to show, including our so-called inner circle, or even our buddies we used to hang out with, we used to play golf with, we used to have coffee or drinks with out there. But now when things go off, I no longer want to be associated because maybe of the shame and all. How dangerous is that in terms of suppressing our emotions? And even in terms of, because maybe during our conversations in that circle, maybe Chris was the one maybe who would help me. By the way, I know of an opening. If only I shared with you.
Yeah. There are two things here. Number one, men are created to be warriors.
Yes.
Right? We are supposed to lead, and that has brought a notion in us that we are warriors. There's no warrior who wants to show their weakness. If I tell you about a deficiency in me, I'm belittling myself. I'm reducing my warrior. The next thing, some of our men, you tell them the slightest thing about you, next morning is breaking news.
The radios.
Breaking news, CNN breaking news
at 7.
Can you imagine? What do I feel about you sharing my weakness in the name of a breaking news? I feel, that's why most of us men don't talk. And the next thing, even our own sons are growing, learning that men should not talk. Men should not talk about their troubles because the stereotypes.
Yes.
We need, our sons need to hear about our afflictions as their dads, right? Sharing our stories with our children is one of the best ways possible. I share this with my son, with my daughter, and they begin to learn who men are from my son's perspective and who a man is from my daughter's perspective. And when they grow up and go into that space, they are equipped to be able to handle themselves very well in that space. When we keep quiet, we don't share our stories. They go in that space not knowing. So peer pressure comes in and they go by the cool guy in the group, what he says. That's what I do, even if he's not right. Because I want to associate myself with him through action, but I find myself doing the wrong thing.
Wow. You're talking about, peer pressure. And I'm thinking about this man who's always comparing himself. This living standard, this is where I live. And now, somebody wants to compare themselves with the other because utavunja bank
Let me give you a short story here. All right? Another man told his wife, Sakaja, Honorable Sakaja was my classmate. Muka kamuza, na mbona Sakaja kuna dono wewe una do?
Never say such.
He thought bonga points would shoot.
How we are spoken to as men. Our ego is so fragile. If you tell me something like that, you've actually broken my ego in that man is better than me. I was in the same class with him. And I start looking at myself as nothing. And then I just deflate. And I begin now to keep quiet. Because I'm afraid if I say anything else, it will be used against me. So whatever you say, will or shall be used against me.
Now not in a court of law.
So we end up being very careful. And our weapon here is silence is also winning. So when I keep quiet, I believe I've won the match. Not knowing that I'm hurting myself. I'm compounding these things in my heart. And one day they'll explode. And as soon as they explode, I might find myself doing very many things. And you've seen men do things that are unimaginable. Right? Unimaginable. Which if they are told another man, man, auctioneers are on my doorstep. Guy tells you, auctioneer peke yake. Go out and talk to them. Tell them 5 days I'll be able to pay you guys. And you can negotiate to success. But then you run away because of the lack of confidence. They end up exerting what they came to do. And that really hurts you. But when it's done before your children, you end up really getting hurt. Same to the children. So men need to have that courage to stand up and speak. And men, let's remember one thing. The confidence in our children comes from us.
Yeah.
And the self-worth of our children, self-worth, comes from their mother.
Yeah.
So a combination of self-confidence, self-worth makes a man truly a man who can go into that space and be able to speak or elevate himself to the level that is required to elevate himself.
Yeah. When you talk about financial struggles, there's one coping mechanism that so many men are falling into, betting, because it's a promise that this is what will now get you back to where you are.
Multiply the little.
Exactly. What are some of other, as you touch about betting, other coping mechanisms that so many men are using out there to deface financial struggles?
Some of these men are falling to drunkenness, to the bottle.
Yeah.
And they've completely gone down the drain. It is so pitiful to see our fellow men go into that direction.
Yes.
And we need to work together as men to really try and stop that and cut that. Right?
Yeah.
For example, if I'm in Nairobi now, God has blessed me to be a city, same as yourself. When I think of back home, some of the men back home have not seen what I have seen in the city. For example, they believe in washing cars using towels. What if I buy a 19,000 Kenya shillings worth gun to wash a car and give that to those men down there? The rate of turnover in terms of vehicles can really multiply their finances. And these men will have an SME from where they can pick up from and become somebody. Right?
Yeah.
So we need also as men to really support each other. The ladies have supported one another so very well. Where ladies are right now, sometimes I don't believe that I have lady friends who are pilots. A reserve for men. I don't believe that the ladies who are engineers, electrical engineers. Because long time ago, that was preserved for men.
Yes.
But what have they done? They have collectively used us, used themselves, collaborated with push these ladies to the forefront. Let me have the president of the world very soon is going to be a lady.
Yeah.
Ladies have really pushed themselves in that space. If you go into Paris meeting, the ladies who are talking, the men are afraid of making a mistake.
Yes.
But making that mistake is where you learn. I actually teach my students, telling them, what's the meaning of the word fail? First attempt in life. Push yourself out there. If you fail, that's your first attempt in life. You don't make that.
No.
You'll be better.
Yes.
You're talking about that, about, women coming together. The other day I was talking to somebody about chama.
Yeah.
Wanaume wanasema wapendi chama. Hiyo hapana.
Actually wanasema hivyo. Chama ni wa mama.
So let's talk about, men coming together to do something meaningful, because we have those who will isolate themselves. Talk about the danger of now this isolation.
Let me tell you one thing, right? Coming together is strength. Unity is quite some strength. When we sit the way we are sitting right now, what we are discussing, I am learning so much from my brother here, so much from you. That is sharpening me. Iron sharpens iron.
Very true.
Only when we sit together and share these issues can we sharpen one another. But when we sit in isolation, I'll be looking at things from a linear perspective. Linear here means my line of thought. I could be very wrong. With an injection from a brother here, injection from another brother here, I could develop my idea into something better. So that isolation truly has very many of us in very many ways.
And I'm looking at it in terms of now even relationships and especially marriages, because so many of them are struggling because of finances and the financial status of that union. Because again, because of the ego thing and all, there are certain men who have actually stopped their wives from pursuing certain careers or even getting promotions because they feel threatened that my wife will occupy
my position.
If she gets that position, managerial position, a CEO, she will earn more than me, and as a result, it will threaten my very position in this family. I believe there is a man out there who is saying, in this big 2026, can a marriage survive when a woman is earning more than the man of the house?
It can survive and survive very well. If and only if we take that as a challenge, not a competition. I give you a very good illustration. Many years ago, there was a man who was employed in a very big insurance company. The wife was actually bigger in terms of financial earning and position that she occupied. This man got fired. She never told the wife that he got fired. Right? But what did he used to do? He wanted to challenge the wife's financial income and be able to overcome or surpass. So this guy started a lot of side business here and there. And every day they went to work, they would pass through that business. And the wife would say, this business has been growing very fast. Day by day, this business is growing. So one day the wife meets the CEO's wife in a party. And the CEO wife tells the gentleman's wife, sorry, your husband was fired. How is life? And then he tells the CEO's wife, no, my husband has not been fired. He was fired 3 years ago. Sorry. So the wife goes home and asks this guy, why are you fired from work? And the guy said, yes. 3 years? Yes. Why haven't you told me?
Yes.
I wanted to protect you. So what have you been doing? After that guy was fired, the wife used to drop him. The same place used to drop him when he was employed. So what happened? This guy started a business. This is what I used to talk about. And grow that business. So this guy would match the salary and still be able to provide. And not be diminished by the position that the wife was occupying, the income she was earning. But he took that as a challenge and found, how do I elevate myself to still remain the head of this family? How do I work with her to elevate ourselves in terms of our collective growth financially? And when the wife learned what this guy had done, she was excited. Wow. Said, you are truly a leader. And I love you more for that. And you can imagine thereafter how the family was very happy. What if he had gone down and said, mimi nimefutwa
deflated. Deflated.
Maybe wife angemwambia, you know, when this ladies are very interesting. When you're not working and they're working, and they start paying, for example, bills, steamer, and they start buying bread. Utaanza kusikia very good comment, very interesting comments in the house. Iko mtu nyumba anatumia stima sana na ajui bei ya stima. Jana sawa mkule mkate slice moja na kuna mtu amekula hivi. Ajui bei hapo.
Watu wengine kwa hii nyumba.
Exactly. The parable way of speaking to you that, hey, you're now becoming a burden. You have left your position of provision, and I'm taking care of that. And that is not the norm. That's not the system. The system is that you elevate and become the... Even when your wife is a CEO, she doesn't come and ask for money from you. Wapi pesa ya mkate? Wapi pesa ya watoto shule? Wapi pesa ya mafuta? Because a man ought to provide. We need to elevate ourselves to be able to meet our responsibilities and our definitions and expectations, which are positive from those that we are supposed to hold responsibilities for.
All right. Great. I can see our time is pretty much spent, George. And maybe, Chris, before George comes in, if you can talk about... you know, what some of the things people learn from on social media, because social media is another whole different world where people get to, you know, interact. But at the same time, you want to compare how you are with the person on the other side.
We need to know very well that in the modern society, technology has really advanced. Social media is a very good platform to learn and also to communicate. If you cannot talk to your child or your son face to face, it's not a problem using the social media, because that space, our children are very tech savvy in that space, and they can really express themselves. But equally, you need to know how they communicate. When your son writes for you, Dad, WDMY, why? WDYM. Why does it matter? They communicate in a certain way. We need to understand, but we do not misinterpret them. One time I bought the matatu and the conductor called me Bazenga. I thought he was abusing me. Only to be told by another man. Hey, Bazenga is a modern way of saying sir.
Yes.
This is the space. Get to teach them.
Yeah.
Use it to elevate them and make them understand the ways. Use it. You see what happened with our
Yes.
Right? And how the police respond. Quite unfortunate that we did not, as policemen, study them in that space and be able to respond in that space, because then we can capture them to them. Instead of using other means that were long traditional to speak to these guys. It creates a mismatch.
As we bring it to a close, Chris, talk to this man, and this is your camera, so that this man who is feeling deflated, discouraged, and he feels like life has become unbearable and unfair. Some habits that can bring him back. It may not be, you know, ASAP, but the building blocks to them regaining their position.
Thank you. Brothers who are in the space that George has spoken, I want to tell you one thing, and tell you so vividly and openly. Let us find a space that men can have companionship, or we can speak to each other. When we find the space that we can speak to each other, not down, each other, we can be able to understand that problems that are within men are common problems, and we can have ways and means to solve them. For example, you open up your heart in a space that I do not have income, and somebody has an opportunity. You will find yourself in that opportunity, and that can grow. So as we collaborate, as we work together, as we cooperate, let's also learn to speak about what is ailing us, what is down our hearts. When we speak about them, there is somebody out there with a solution that can be able to support us. And when we get that opportunity and we find ourselves to start growing, let's not forget the provider. Give God thanks. We make a big mistake. In times of scarcity, we are all committed throwing ourselves down before
Yes.
God. But when in times of plenty, we forget about God Almighty. So let's remember those things. Let's collaborate, let's speak out, and let's bring God into it. What has gone wrong, let's try and reconcile. Let's try and forget about it. And then bring God into it and let God be who God is. An absolute provider for all our problems.
Amen. Amen.
Wow.
Chris, what a powerful way to bring it to a close. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Time is never enough right here on Men on Record. But we know that this is just but the beginning of this conversation and more conversations in as far as building this man is concerned. So thank you so very much. The next time we invite you, please be available, as you are today.
I'll be available.
Yeah, so thank you. And also continue doing the amazing work that you are doing also in as far as mentoring the young men and also encouraging men out there so that they can become who God has called them to become.
Yes.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
I can see of many people who have tried to interact with us
All right.
on our socials. We have this Joyce Motua saying, yes, a man can still be respected without money, because in Christianity, a man's true value is not measured by his wealth, but by his faith, integrity, humility, and the way he reflects Christ in how he lives and treats others.
Amen.
Thank you, Victor Moguso. I can see right there. Ernest Hulsi, Sabakoba maybe in Singapore.
Awesome. Thank you.
An interesting conversation happening on our socials. That is at Hope TV Kenya. You can keep the conversation going.
All right. And yes, that is a space that you can continue interacting with us so that we keep this conversation even online as we go offline on TV and also on the digital space live streaming. Remember, provision matters. But masculinity should not be reduced to income alone.
Yes.
Leadership, integrity, emotional maturity, wisdom, consistency, and spiritual grounding matter deeply. As a man, may you be found in that place. Thank you so very much for tuning in to tonight's episode of Men on Record. Make sure you're sharing this link with a man who was not able to tune in, a men's group that you belong to. Make sure you're sharing with them, with your husband, with your dad, with your uncle, nephew, and also with your son as well, so that we can build a community of men who will impact the whole world. Thank you so very much. We will be having a repeat of tonight's episode tomorrow, Saturday. That's from 6 p.m. So you can be able to tune in tomorrow on Hope TV. Remember also the 19th, it will be a Friday. We will be having a live audience show that is on Men on Record as a precursor to the Father's Day. And so we will be having men as we discuss about mental health, as we discuss about money matters as well. We'll be having amazing guests joining us on that Friday the 19th. So make sure you diarize and make sure to join us then. And so spread this message, spread the word out there so that as many, and by the way, we invite you because we will be having a live audience. Be part of that live audience right here at Sitam Valley Road. That is the Dennis White Hall. From me, George Gishoro, it is wishing you a blessed and a fruitful weekend ahead. Kwaheri for now.
They call me Favored Frank. Have a great night. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you.